Okay, welcome back to Pop Culture Tarot. It is November 23rd, and we are going to get right to the shits. Okay, we're going to get right to it because we have, of course, as you know, people may or may not know, we had the huge bombshell 35-page court documents with Cassie last week against Diddy, which he settled in, I think, 24 to 48 hours. And now it seems like we have a slew of other people coming out. Now, of course, we don't know how things have been going behind the scenes, but to us, it has just come out partly because tomorrow is the last day for the adult victims to bring their cases in New York City, right? Adult victims of SA. Tomorrow's the last day for them to bring their cases forward. So that's one of the reasons why. But Spirit is saying there's a much bigger reason why these things are coming forward. So what we're seeing, what we're witnessing, what we're feeling, whether we know it or not, is the rise of the divine feminine, the great rise of the divine feminine. She's been held down too long. She's tired of being held down. She's enraged, she's pissed off, and she's ready to wreak havoc. That is one of the reasons why. That is the main reason why. That is the main reason why. It's gone on for far, far too long, far, far, far too long, too long, too long. And so we have teacher. Okay. So we have we have crimes committed by people who are supposed to be teachers. We have crimes committed from people who are supposed to be mystics. We have crimes committed, people who are supposed to be princes. Shout out to Prince Andrew, who is also going back to court, right? But these people continuously rebel against what is right. We have fathers also committing these crimes. We have advocates committing these crimes against women. We have people behind the scenes engineering all of these things. Okay? Right now, we're just talking about the men because they are the ones being sued across all walks of life. As you can see, across all walks of life, from the teacher to the mystic to the supposed advocate, right? To the father, to the prince, to the engineer. The divine feminine, and you see it's even a woman here on the card, the divine feminine, again, she's had enough. She's had enough. She's absolutely tired. She's absolutely through. She's absolutely finished. These men need to also pay attention to their health. Look around, look around, look around, and you will see these men are also not in good health. This is because of the grape of not only women and children, but also the grape of Mother Earth. You see that the orcas have attacked yet another yacht, right? And so all of Mother Nature has had it with the toxic masculinity. And we would say there is no masculinity. What we have is the aggressive feminine. Masculinity does not exist on certain planes, right? We all know that the children start out as women, and then they transition into the male species, but the toxicity has just gone way too far. And so what we are seeing is a resurgence of the Me Too movement. The first movement had some problems. The first movement, there was quite a bit of racism involved. There was quite a lot of sexism. There was quite a lot of classism involved as well. This is the second resurgence of the Me Too movement, and it will be more equal. There will be more equanimity. There will be more equality. It also got a little dismantled and a little disrupted because of some of the cases were just, absolutely ridiculous, like Aziz Ansari, where a woman had a bad date and then she tried to, ruin his career. So the first time around, it was like the practice run, but now you're going to see much, much, much more organized efforts to address these injustices. You are witnessing the rise of the divine feminine, and it will go on for about 4 to 5 more years. 4 to 5 more years of these intense cases, these intense scrutinies. In my head, I'm seeing the tower. Many, many, many men will fall. Many, many more men in high-powered positions will fall because of their actions. No one is above reproach. No one is above reproach. Doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you are, I get it. With this hermit card, there will be no way for them to hide. You see over here, we have the star in reverse. There will be no place for them to hide. There will be no place for them to go. This is in the reverse. It's about being hopeless. It's about being helpless. It's about having a lack of faith, right? We also have the strength in reverse, typically associated with the Leo. It's so interesting to me because, first of all, we have the strength card in reverse. Again, the strength card is associated with the sign of Leo, right? And I always say that Leo is the star of the zodiac. And here we have the star in reverse. When I see Leo, when I think of the star, of course, where are many of the stars, right? Many of the stars are in Hollywood. Many things, many people have been living in the upside down. Many people have been supporting the upside down. Many people have been supporting the suppression. Many people have been engineering the suppression of the divine feminine. Do not be surprised if you also see something with, what's his name? Clive Davis. It's funny, I started to say Clive Barker. But I do believe Clive Barker, I think Clive Barker has transitioned, if I'm not mistaken. But Clive Barker, and maybe something happened on one of Clive Barker's movie sets. But don't be surprised also if you see them coming for I don't know if Bill Pullman is alive. I don't know if these people are alive, but I'm hearing Clive Barker for sure. Clive Barker for sure. I keep saying Clive Barker. Why do I keep saying Clive Barker when I'm meaning to say Clive Davis? So that is really interesting. Oh, I think we're going to get into something different as I start to mess up the camera. How fantastic me messing up the camera. Okay. So these institutions, this Hollywood institution, which has had us living in the upside down for so long with their low vibrational, their high budget, low vibrational pictures that they have been putting out into the world, hypnotizing and changing the brain chemistry and the brain function of millions and millions and millions of people across the globe, sending out false stories, sending out fictional stories, fictional ideas of how men and women are supposed to behave, and how they definitely change the frequency of people watching, especially people in America. The brains are totally fried. The eggs are completely scrambled. And so this has been done, again, engineered by very specific people for a very, 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 very long time. When we see the Hierophant, we know that the Hierophant represents institutions. Oh, and there's another tarot reader, and the Hierophant for her actually represents Hollywood, which I think is interesting. This is not my Hollywood card. This star card is my Hollywood card. So anyway, back to this. So they've totally scrambled our brains, right? Especially, my generation, where we literally grew up being raised by the television, myself and other latchkey children, such as myself, my generation, and so the eggs are completely scrambled, and they're scrambled, and they didn't even put eggs and cheese and peppers and all of the things that make a good omelet. They just put dysfunction, disillusionment, and confusion into our eggs and into our brains. But spirit has stepped in, as it always does, and it is turning things around. It's turning Hollywood upside down, and now they are scrambling. Now they are scrambling. Now they are scrambling. And as I said, there is going to be no place to hide, even though we have this Four of Swords in the upright, which has to do with, taking a rest, taking a break, recuperating. No, absolutely not. No, there's no rest. There's no relaxation for these men in Hollywood. Wow. We have the Pilgrim in reverse, and it says opportunities and growth. And it's in the reverse. Now, what's interesting to me is how we started out with this hermit card, and we have this light, this divine light right here, and then we have this light that was also upside down, blocking opportunities and growth. And the reason for this, one of the reasons for this, one of the main reasons for this is because of their rituals, because of their dirty deeds. A lot of the work that they've done is to suck out the divine light of these young children who come to Hollywood. Many of these children who come to Hollywood looking for an escape from homes where many of these things have happened, and they come to Hollywood, and they don't get off buses like, the mythology used to give us, but they come into Hollywood with these big bright eyes and these big bright hearts and all of these dreams and all of these wishes. And then you have these Knight of Cups, which some people call the false knight, these kings of industry with this King of Pentacles, right? They come in and they take advantage. Look at this. 2 pages in reverse. People with not a lot of money and people with not a lot of life experience. They come into their lives, right? And they suck the life out with manipulation and things like that with this Queen of Cups in reverse. If you look at the people in Hollywood and look into their eyes, the eyes will tell you all of the things that you want to see. It's so funny because I typically didn't believe these things. And also, I'm also channeling, just FYI. So this is me saying that when people talk about rituals and things like that, I really did not. Okay. I don't know why people calling me talking about Happy Thanksgiving. It's Happy Thanksgiving Day. They know I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Anyway. So anyway, they come to this place, this mythological place that doesn't even exist. Hollywood doesn't even exist. Hollywood doesn't exist anywhere other than in the imagination. In the imagination of the people who created it, and in the imagination of those who take in the movies and the lyrics and the this, and more is coming. They started with the actors and they never really got to the music industry, but now it is the music. Now it's the music industry. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Snoop Dogg needs to be careful. Some more people might be coming out against Dr. Dre, Eminem. Again, I'm hearing Clive Barker. I don't know why. I don't even know who Clive Barker is. Clive Barker even a person? Oh, you know what? I was thinking about Wes Craven. That's who I was seeing in my head. So yeah, I don't know about Clive Barker. I don't know. Anyway, those people need to just yes. They need to start preparing. Oh my God, I didn't even see this as we were yammering on, but look, I said they were coming for the musicians next. Whoa. That is wild. And the thing about these rituals, and we're not going to talk too much about these rituals, but the thing about these rituals is the Citadel, the deck I'm using, is a community. It is a community. And the things that these men now, let's not get it twisted. People like Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly for entertainment purposes. There's women too, the women who helped R. Kelly, the women who helped Harvey Weinstein. There are women in this too, but make no mistake, it is the male ego that is driving this. It is the male ego that is driving this, and it is going against the Citadel. It is going against the community. These rituals, these things, they are crimes against nature. See, that was me trying to interrupt the channeling. They're going against the crimes of nature. They're going against the crimes of decency. They're going against the mother. A lot of these men have very serious issues with women. They have very serious issues with their mothers in particular. They have very serious issues with their sisters. Some of them are even jealous of their sisters. Men who you would call heterosexual men. It's almost like, yes, we know that people who are gender fluid and people who identify with certain sexualities, they have a little bit more sort of in common. And they can also practice, though, they can also practice misogyny, right? Just like women can practice internalized misogyny, just like Black people can practice internalized oppression, right? An internalized oppression response. But there is something about the mysteries, and it goes beyond gender. I get it now. Thank you, Spirit. It goes beyond gender. It goes beyond sexuality. There is something about the mysteries of women. And isn't it interesting that I chose to put my candles here today that I made with my own hands? There is something about the mysteries. There's something they don't understand. And because they don't understand it, they do not like it. This may be very controversial, but we are going to go there. And so these rituals, these taking, and they take men too, but we're not talking about that right now. These rituals where they are encouraging women to change their bodies. And the women think it's their idea. They think they're exercising their choice, but it's not a choice. It is the influence of Hollywood. It is the influence of strict gender roles. It is the influence of being completely and totally male identified. And they think that if they align themselves, if they get closer to what the man says he wants, what the man says he desires, what the man thinks he needs, that they will be saved. They will not. They will not. Being male-centered has not helped anyone in the long run. And many of the people that are coming forward, they're looking over their lives. They've done some healing. They've gotten some therapy. They've gotten to a better place in their lives. And they're beginning to connect the dots. And once that divine rage rises up in them, the divine injustice, the divine imbalance, it's almost as if it has been oppressed and has been held down for so long, and now it's running rampant in the earth, and it cannot be stopped. What is coming cannot be stopped. This is me. This is not me channeling. What we witnessed last week with that swift settlement was that money can't outrun spirit. Money can't outrun. It's not karma. Divine justice. For a long, long, long time, look at that. For a long, long, long time, money was able to outrun justice, injustice. But because of what's happening, because of what's been happening since 2012, I'm actually hearing, and the hard work of the ancestors and the spirit got, They're saying, you see, it's connected. You see, it's all connected. You see, it's all connected. The more that you raise the vibration, the more that you all went out into nature, the more that you tried to turn this Empress upside down, right side up, I should say, with your spells. I get it. The more you've gone to the river, the more you've done your spiritual work, the more you've stepped into your people working with Isis and Lilith and Hecate, and the more that the world wakes up. The pandemic was a part of this great awakening. The pandemic woke many people awake. 2016 elections in the United States woke many people up. The death of what's his name, Tamir Rice, I'm hearing, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin. Many people have been waking up at different times. Never in recorded history have so many people woke up at the same time. You see, during, slavery days, the Inquisition days, remember, it was a small group of people that were abolitionists. It was a small group of people that fought the witch trials. But now, because of the planetary shifts and the downloads and the connections to the alien technology, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, etc., Steve Wozniak, despite what we say about Apple and Facebook and Twitter and now, what it did was it allowed for people to see each other and connect in different ways. And TikTok. And so now people can go on any one of these apps and they can type in witchcraft and they can learn from each other. And so as you all are coming, as it was ordained, as it was meant to be, you all are coming together. And as you are coming together, you are becoming an army. You're becoming a spiritual army, and you're fighting in lots and lots of ways. Look at how the whole world turned out. Look at how the whole world turned out for Eric Garner. Look at how the whole world turned out for 2016 against Donald Trump. Look at how the whole world turned out for Palestine. The people are saying no more. And this, look at that. As I was just thinking about the toxic masculinity, we get the false knight again. You all are facilitating this. Every time you do a tarot reading, every time you do the charm casting, every time you do a spell, every time you do a protection ritual, every time you work with the full moon, the new moon, you get your birth chart. Every time you're doing that, you are healing the planet. And as you heal the planet, you heal the divine feminine. And as you heal the divine feminine, you give the victims, the so-called victims, but they're really victors, courage. The more you give them courage, the more you give them courage, the more we're able to whisper in their ear. And the more we're able to whisper in their ear, the more channels open within themselves energetically. And the more channels that open within them energetically, the more they start to think, oh, let me go get a lawyer. Oh, let me do this. Oh, let me do that. Oh, let me call this advocacy group. Oh, let me find out about this law. You see how it works? You're all connected. And that's it. There will be more. There will be more. There will be more. So yeah, that's it. Drop down the comments. Let me know if this resonated for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.